the school year has started off well for you, even though it's not how we wanted to begin. Today, I have some news to share regarding our transition from remote to in-person learning. Harnett County Schools will begin the transition from Plan C, all remote, to Plan B, in-person learning, with appropriate density and social distancing within our school buildings. We will return to school on an A-B schedule before moving into Plan A, daily in-person instruction. Students may continue to learn remotely if that is the choice of their family. We know that the choice of in-person or remote learning is personal and a decision that neither you nor we take lightly. A significant amount of work has taken place since this summer to ensure that our buildings can open safely when the time comes. In August, we prepared a video that showed you a sample of what our students and families should expect when they return to school. We also answered several questions that you had regarding in-person and remote learning. Unlike the earlier video, we will focus more on the transition to in-person learning. We will explain the procedures staff and students will take to ensure safety and to reduce the spread of COVID-19 infection. If your student plans to continue remote learning, there will be little change in their daily routine. There are some situations where class times and schedules may change. Some middle and high school classes will be streamed to remote learners while in-person instruction occurs on campus. Procedures around bus transportation, car rider drop-off, student feeding, and movement within the school building will be presented. Also, we will outline the operations taking place to ensure clean schools and the required procedures when an adult or student shows symptoms of coronavirus or reports a positive infection of COVID-19. The information presented in this video may be edited from time to time based on the current conditions of the pandemic and evolving guidance from the CDC, Department of Public Instruction, DHHS, and our local partners at the Harnett County Health Department. Each school campus is unique and may have procedures specific to that location. If this is the case, your school will communicate these details to you over the coming days.
As our students board the bus, temperatures and attestations will be checked. As students enter the bus, they will be seated one student per seat unless students are from the same household. The total capacity of our largest bus is 24 students. If a student has a temperature higher than 100.3, they must go back home if a parent or guardian is available. If a parent or guardian is not available, the student must sit in the second vacant seat behind the bus driver, isolated from other passengers. If there were any students who had a temperature of 100.4 or higher when they initially boarded, or once they arrive at school, students will be isolated in the designated student health isolation pod, also known as the ship room. Car riders will receive temperature and attestation checks upon arrival. If a student is exhibiting COVID-like symptoms or has a temperature of 100.4 or greater, the student will remain in the vehicle to return home. School Health Isolation Pod, or SHIP. Each school will have an isolation area reserved for students who may be experiencing signs and or symptoms of a communicable disease to include COVID-19. Students placed in the SHIP room will be monitored and cared for by either a school nurse or trained staff member. Students will be required to wear a mask and maintain social distancing while in the SHIP awaiting parent pickup. Parents will be notified to collect their child in a timely manner once they are placed in the SHIP room. Educational material and resources will also be provided to parents in support of students returning to school in a healthy and timely manner. Each school will also have a reassessment area for students who may have a concern requiring the school nurse to evaluate. Examples may be a student who rode the bus to school but exhibits difficulty breathing and is known to have asthma, or a student whose temperature was elevated at the bus stop but ran all the way to the bus. The school nurse will have an opportunity to assess and interview the student to determine whether they need to be placed in the SHIP room or cleared to go to the classroom. We want to only exclude children who need to be cared for at home or be seen by their healthcare provider. As students are entering the building and walking down the hallways, they will notice many new safety features in place. All students, staff, and visitors will be required to wear masks upon entering the building. Clear plexiglass barriers have been installed in the office areas, where there is an increased flow of traffic and the potential for close contact with others. Doors have been properly marked as entrance or exit doors when possible. There will be arrows and signage posted indicating the direction students should be walking. A line will also be taped to the floor to ensure students remain on one side of the hallway. For areas that students may need to wait behind others, there will be stickers on the floor, spaced 6 feet apart, indicating where students should stand. These stickers say, "Be smart, stay 6 feet apart." Automatic hand sanitizer dispensers filled with Germ-X foaming hand sanitizer are mounted in all classrooms and other areas around the school. Water fountains will have disposable cones available for students to access water. Sanitizing wipes and Purell surface sanitizer is available for all teachers to wipe and disinfect areas in between routine custodial cleaning and disinfecting. Custodians will be using hydrogen peroxide disinfectant wipes to sanitize frequently during the day to disinfect highly touched areas along with other CDC-approved cleaning and disinfectant chemicals. Playground equipment will be disinfected throughout the day and after school. For after-school cleaning, Harnett County Schools will also utilize Victory electrostatic sprayers that will charge the disinfectant chemical droplets, causing them to attract to all surfaces. Each classroom will be stocked with a classroom go bag. The contents of the bag will be a sampling of first aid supplies, emergency medication required for students, a thermometer that can be used for axillary temperature checks, medical documents, and any other useful information that may be needed in the event of lockdown or school evacuation. Our goal is to attend to most students' needs in the classroom, if at all possible, thus limiting student movement about the school during the day. As we work to serve our students for in-person and remote instruction, we're using technology to make sure quality teacher-led instruction is available at the middle and high school levels. In order to do this, some middle and high school in-person classes may be live streamed for our students participating remotely. For in-person students, a prepackaged breakfast and lunch will be distributed by our child nutrition staff upon entering the building. For lunch, school locations have 2 options. The first option is child nutrition staff members will deliver prepackaged meals on carts to the classrooms where a teacher or staff member will hand out the meals to students. The second option consists of students picking up meals in the cafeteria. In those schools, stickers that state, "Be smart, keep 6 feet apart," have been placed at 6-foot intervals on the floor. Students will socially distance through the serving line, and the prepackaged meal will be handed to each student, who will then return to the classroom to eat. For our remote learners, you may pick up a prepackaged curbside breakfast and lunch between the hours of 11 o'clock a.m. and 1 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday at any of the following 10 locations that is most convenient for you. The locations are Anger Elementary, Coates Elementary, Dunn Middle, Harnett Primary, Harnett Central High, Highland Middle, Johnsonville Elementary, Lillington Shawtown Elementary, Overhills Elementary, and Western Harnett High. The USDA has approved for all students to eat free breakfast and lunch until December 31st, 2020.
I want to thank our teachers for their perseverance. They have shifted from traditional instruction in March to remote teaching in August and will now welcome our students back on campus this month. I also appreciate all of our support staff that have worked nonstop to keep our schools maintained and students fed this year. All of our HCS team members are essential. They are working hard to meet the needs of all students, regardless of where they're learning. If you have additional questions, please contact your child's school. Thank you for taking time to watch this presentation.